On a weight loss journey, you're going to lose friends. That's the harsh reality of any kind of journey, especially weight loss, because people are so used to you being the fat girl, or they're so used to you being the girl that no boy ever paid attention to. And now that the pendulum has kind of swung the other way, where you start getting phone numbers at restaurants, you start getting phone numbers at clubs and things like that. People don't know how to handle that.
I know it don't make sense, you're perfect on paper, baby.
Long story short is I got some questions in my inbox about my weight loss. I uploaded this picture on my Facebook. I'll insert it somewhere in here. But I uploaded that picture on my Facebook, and I got some questions about my weight loss, how I did it. And then the girls are like, I'm trying to be like you and lose weight. It's definitely not easy, but it can be done with a little bit of hard work and determination. So I wanted to just make a video and share with y'all how I lost weight and how you can lose weight too. Again, not easy, but it can be done, girl. It can be done. I have a little list here I made, and I'm going to just share with you guys what I did, and yeah. Now, before I get started on what I did, I do want to just share a little bit of why I kind of started to restart. I want to share why I decided to restart my weight loss journey. I started my weight loss journey, I want to say about 4 years ago. So that's going to be around 2012, 2013. I started out my weight loss journey in 2013 at 320 pounds. I know, that's that's so bad. And the reason I started then was because I started out then because I wanted more out of my life. I wanted to just see what it was like to be thinner and see what it was like to have fun. I wanted to be able to go out to the mall without feeling uncomfortable in my own skin, you know? I started December of 2012, and by the end of 2013 I had lost like 75 pounds. So I started at 320 and I ended right at 250. So I was 250 pounds. I was stuck at 250 for the longest time, and if I'm being honest, I think it was because I stopped working out so much and I was snacking here and there on stuff that probably definitely longest time. Eventually I got lazy, and I started eating just bullshit foods again. Just gonna call it what it is. I started eating bullshit foods again. Then I fell into this deep depression. And it was like it was like every day I woke up and I felt like I didn't have a reason to live. And that's so bad, but that's the way it was for me at that point. So that caused me to gain weight. So I want to say within 6 to 7 months, I went from just being stuck in 250 and I ballooned back up to 280, 290. So I had gained 30, 40 pounds back of that 70 to 75 I had lost. I don't need to say this, but that made me even more depressed. And I kind of felt like I was a hamster kind of stuck on a wheel, and I couldn't wake myself up out of my bad eating habits and poor lifestyle habits. Now, this year, January of this year, 2018, I started having all these health problems. At night, my head would hurt and I get these stomach cramps, and I'm like, something's wrong. So I go to the doctor and I find out I have high blood pressure. I know. I was like, high blood pressure? How? And at that time, I was in denial. I think I was like, there's no way I have high blood pressure. I'm not even old. How do I have high blood pressure? But anybody can have high blood pressure, damn near. I've seen online, I've seen kids with high blood pressure because you eat so much of this crazy food, this processed stuff, and your body's just saying, slow down, we can't take too much more. I was eating all this bad shit, just eating. It was as soon as I got up, I was sleeping all day, didn't wake up till about 2 p.m. I was eating anything I could get my freaking hands on. If I had Doritos in the cabinet, guess what? I was eating those Doritos. If I got bored at night, didn't have anything to do, I go to Taco Bell. Anything that stayed late. Hey baby, what do you want? Can I record my video? Can I? Okay, skedaddle alone. Was open for 24 hours or open till like 1, 2 in the morning. I was in that drive-thru. I just looked back and I was like, damn, no wonder. It's like, no wonder I got high blood pressure. It was on that day I decided, you know what? I'm gonna take control of my health and I'm gonna stop putting this shit in my body because it's not doing me any good. It's like I feel just ill. Hopped on the scale after I got back from, no, the doctors told me my blood pressure was like 150 over something. I wish I remember that second number, but I don't, but it was high, okay? I remember getting on the scale at the doctor's office and I was 280 pounds. And I was like, no, I can't. I'm not gonna continue to do this. Like no. I wanna live as long as I can, and I don't wanna, be having heart attacks and strokes and stuff 15 years from now because I didn't change my eating habits. So after I got home from the doctors, I immediately grabbed my phone and I started Googling, how do I lower my blood pressure? How do I lower my blood pressure? I mean, of course they tell you little things at the doctor's office, but that's their medical advice. What I wanted to do was look up this stuff on my own and do what kind of worked for me. So I was Googling all this stuff about how to lower your blood pressure. So, Google told me you can lower your blood pressure by losing weight, by drinking more water, getting out, exercising, doing something to keep your body moving for a period of time, avoid high sodium foods, cook your food at home, limit processed foods, stop drinking coffee, and bruh, like, I was a coffee person, like literally. I drank so much coffee. Oh my God, literally, every day I was at McDonald's getting that iced caramel coffee, and I love coffee, but I started making my coffee at the house. But anyways, after cutting out sugar and after cutting out junk food and doing intermittent fasting, I did it for like a month, and I had lost another, I want to say around 10 to 15 pounds, and that worked for me. But I noticed that my weight loss had started to kind of slow down, and I wanted to kind of keep it moving because I wanted my blood pressure to be low. Okay. Like I was tired of like waking up every day and just not feeling comfortable in my skin. I was over that shit. If you have not heard of keto, you probably have heard of keto. I think everybody is doing keto. Keto is pretty much a low carb diet. So it's a low carb, high fat, moderate protein diet. Most of your meals your meals every day are pretty much low carb. You're gonna eat in a day, you eat less than 30. So you eat 30 grams of carbs or less per day. That kicks your body into ketosis. So your body starts burning the fat instead of carbohydrates, I think. Don't quote me on that, girl, but it worked for me, okay? So I started eating, I want to say I was eating 30 grams of carbs or less per day. So you want to look on the back. If you don't know how to count carbs, turn your whatever you're about to eat, flip it over, look at the serving size, and then look at the total amount of carbohydrates. You got your carbs. And if you're trying to do keto, I highly recommend that you invest in a food scale. You can sort of portion out your food, that way you know how much you're eating. Along with starting keto, I also started drinking 1 gallon of water. What I used to do was like buy a case of water with like 24 or so waters that come in a case, and there'd be like, I don't know, 16 to 20 ounces of water per case in that thing. But I have to drink like 7-8 of those a day for it to equal up to a gallon. That can be especially if you're trying to just, and you have to count every day. It's like, how many did I drink? You know, I buy the little gallon jugs from Walmart. Literally in Georgia, they're like 84 cents a gallon. Show y'all what I'm talking about. These little guys. So I buy, every time I go grocery shopping, I get at least enough of these for the week. That way I can take one of these bad boys down every day. That way I know I have a gallon in for the day. So this is a gallon every day. Every day I'm drinking one of these bad boys. Every day. Like, I wish I could insert a picture, but my skin's been a lot clearer these days. I don't get breakouts as much as I used to. So I think the water has definitely helped with that. Like, my hair has been growing like a leaf. Like, it's crazy. It's like, anyway, this video isn't about the benefits of drinking a gallon of water a day. It's about how I lost weight. And the last thing I did on my weight loss journey, and I still do this, I still do all these things, but still, is stay positive, people. Like, you're gonna get those negative Nancy's that are gonna come in your life and be like, you've lost enough weight, you need to stop. Or, you know, if you don't stop losing weight, then we ain't gonna be able to see you one day. Or you're gonna get like, girl, why do you care? If I look like Oscar Proud in a couple months, why is that bothering you? It's my body. Stay positive. What I used to do, and it's so bad, but what I used to do is I used to go on Instagram and I'd follow all the fitness pages, and I go to Facebook, follow all the fitness groups, and then you see all these people's dramatic before and afters, and you're like, why can't that be me? Why can't I look like that in a couple months? But you can't compare your chapter 4 to somebody else's chapter 30. You know what I mean? Those people have worked hard to get to where they are, and it's not going to happen for you in 2 months. It takes years to build a nice physique and get a good grip on your eating and what it is that you're doing. So what goes along with staying positive is having positive people in your corner. You know how I said before, you're going to have those negative Nancy's telling you what you should do on your weight loss journey when they haven't lost weight since high school. It's like keep positive people around you. On a weight loss journey, you're going to lose friends. That's the harsh reality of any kind of journey, especially weight loss, because people are so used to you being the fat girl, or they're so used to you being the girl that no boy ever paid attention to. And now that the pendulum has kind of swung the other way, where you start getting phone numbers at restaurants, you start getting phone numbers at clubs and things like that. People don't know how to handle that, and that's okay. I've been in that position, so I get it, but I'm not gonna keep you, I can't have you as my friend if you're always trying to like give me backhanded compliments because you're jealous or you're insecure or whatever it is. But just know, it's normal, it's gonna happen. So if you're thinking about starting a weight loss journey, just know you may end it, or when you start to look different, your friends are not going to, no, I mean, you may have some riders in your corner. Like, I didn't have any riders in my corner. Probably make another video about friends and weight loss and how men treat you. Oh my God, speaking of men, I'm gonna be so shady. This is so bad, but I gotta say it. To you guys, to the boys who like played me to the left, like y'all, to the boys who played me in high school and in college, do not, please leave my inbox. I'm not interested in you. Wasn't then and I'm not now, okay? That is the end of the video, guys. If you're on if you're on a weight loss journey and you are feeling like it'll never happen, or you're feeling like you're alone, you're normal. It happens to everybody. It's not just you. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel for you. You just gotta keep going. And also, my confidence is like on 1,000 right now. Like, seriously, like, I don't know. I walk out in mine. I'm like, I could date any dude I want. Literally, that's how I feel. And it's crazy because I've never felt that way. And it's just, I don't know. Like, I never go anywhere without makeup. Now I'm going places without makeup and don't give a fuck about what you think or anybody else thinks. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling right now. I'm going to end this video, guys. Bye.